Welcome to the Royal Cheetah Project. It's Royal Cheetah Boy, and we are back for another episode. We're in it to win it. Let's get it. Cold brew coffee, Friday. Let's have some fun. All right. check. Let's get it done. All right. Um, we're gonna take a slight turn right now because this is a very important part in Goku's history that we're about to discuss. And I know that last episode we said that we're going to jump into the emotional list to a great extent on the people that made Goku the man that he is and gets him to that level of the GOAT, the greatest superhero of all time, arguably. We're going to take a slight turn. And we're going to do something what Goku did kind of on its own to a great extent that really was the juice and the fire in that whole train. You know, that really burned all those coals. You know what I mean? And that is Goku's magnum opus. And that's his time in the capsule. You know, shout out to Dr. Brief. We're going to get into that. But that's his time in the capsule. That time is what really made a superhero. And that's what really made Goku, it forged Goku. You know, gold is tested in fire. And I believe that without this moment, you have nothing. You have nothing. No matter what we talk about going forward and what we have talked about, if you subtract this moment, and that's just a matter of Goku's will and his drive and his ideation and his imagination and his technical ability. And we'll get into all that, but Goku is just the man. You know, Goku is the master of preparation. He's the master of foresight, it would seem. And like Goku just has all these multiple gears. You know, it's like a Ferrari with a paddle shifter with 10 or 12 different gears or something like that. You know, and I think you can equate Goku to Ferrari, no doubt. I really believe that this guy is the GOAT just for this particular instance in itself. And Goku being young, you know, and seeing Goku go through this and being able to literally feel the amount of victory and triumph and preparedness and serenity and focus and drive and clarity that he had when he walked out. When Goku makes those first steps off the capsule back in, 1996? 97, somewhere around there for me. That changed my whole life. And I'm not nerd enough. I'm not scared to be nerd enough to say that. I mean, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. That's when obviously there's something else that happens that fortifies Goku even more, but we'll talk about that later. I think even before we can get to that point, this is Goku's magnum opus. Like we talked about Vegeta's magnum opus being the actual time dynamic itself. This is Goku magnum opus. This is their signature times in their whole career. Even if you want to go to Busaga, even if you want to go to Dragon Ball Super, which I hope you don't. you know, I think this is, you subtract this time, you don't have any of those moments. And obviously, there's a lot of things, and this is the thing about Goku. I don't know if it's happenstance. I don't know if the guy's just super lucky when it comes to some things, but still, that's not his fault. Goku is always in the right place at the right time. He's always, and not even just physically, but mentally and spiritually. He's always one step ahead. And again, I'm not sure if it's happenstance or not, but a lot has to happen. A lot has to go right up until this point, and a lot more has to go right after this point. But up until this point, a lot went right, and Goku is at the right. He's always in the right mode, in the right zone, in the right time, in the right place. Goku is, Goku's been training his whole life ever since Grandpa Gohan found him in a capsule or in the Saiyan pod. Goku's been immersed in a martial arts lifestyle, and I'm sure that obviously had a big effect on the Goku that we're getting in the capsule. But that was the thing. It was time for Goku to train on his own, and I think that's the pattern. You train so much with other people, and Goku's such a sponge. He absorbed all of that stuff, all his experiences, and there was nothing else left for Goku to do but train on his own. I think that's the last form of training. enemy is, you train with entry level master, if you can say, if you can call Master Roshi that, but still, I mean, because Goku had Korn and he had Kami and he had things like that happening too. But okay, but you train with Master Roshi still. Let's just walk in on Master Roshi. Okay, what's the next level? I think it probably was Kami, if I'm not mistaken. And then what's the next level? King Kai, perhaps. And then after that, and there was a whole bunch of experiences and things like that in between that. But then after that, what was there else left for Goku to do? And I think the self reflection, the training on your own, meshing all that stuff together in 100 times Earth normal gravity is really what gave us Goku that we have now. And we're gonna get into it, but obviously there's other things that happen after this that one could argue that those moments were it too. But I'm saying definitively right now, just so there's no question about where I stand, that this is the moment. Again, there are moments coming up after he makes those steps off the capsule that are very, very important as well. And honestly, if you take those moments away, they change things. They change things too. But this was such a EXP boost. This is such a Saiyan power boost. This is such a key energy boost, and not even just that. It made Goku ready. It made him ready. It made him ready for the next step. And that's the thing we said about Goku, and that's the thing we should take away from Goku, is that Goku is always ready for the next step. He's always preparing himself for the next step. When his preparation is preparation for the preparation. His next step is the step for the next step. Goku is king level up, and we'll get into that as well. I, and Goku subjectively and emotionally in the capsule, and then when he stepped off the capsule, made a 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy that he believed that he could do it, that he could change the world, that he could be that strong and that focused, and that it's possible to be that kind of man. Goku was the first person to make me feel that. I grew up watching Batman. I grew up watching Spider Man. Shout out to the '90s Spider Man, the '90s animated series, Ninja Turtles, so many different things, and all those things I had love for them, and I still do, obviously. But Goku, when I was 9, 10 years old, 1995, 1996, 1997, I'm not sure exactly which year it was. Probably was like between 96 and 97, maybe somewhere in there. Um, Goku, when he stepped off that capsule, made me feel like I could do it. He made the superhero life real for me, you know. And my life's been different ever since. And again, I'm not too shamed as a nerd to say that out loud, you know. And that's what the capsule is for me. And that's what Goku is for me. Has been ever since. And obviously, there's the things that happened again after the capsule that even make that even more of a thing. But the capsule was just the biggest punch on the ticket as far as that concerned. There's other punches you need on that ticket, but this was the biggest punch. This was the biggest. This is a double star. This is the sun of the Goku universe. You know, but there's other planets that you need. But this is, take away the sun and all the other planets don't function. I so I didn't, from that moment on, I wholeheartedly believed in this guy. And obviously we got a whole bunch of love for Vegeta, but Goku just takes on a he casts a different shadow. He casts a totally different shadow. I believe also that what else he gained from the capsule is a vast knowledge of the Saiyan limits of, and Saiyans do have limits, and up until this point, Goku might not have known what those are, and to a certain extent, Vegeta might not have known what they are, but Goku realized the value or the lack of value in overtraining. He realized this in the capsule, and he realized the caps there are on the Saiyan physiology. You know, it's not perfect. It endows the Saiyans with a lot of abilities that are beyond measure, but still it is not omnipotent, it's not perfect. And he realized that in that capsule. And that particular nugget of knowledge was really beneficial for him going forward. And not even just really beneficial for him, but as we'll say too later, was even more beneficial for Gohan. Um, Vegeta never really got that. Vegeta never really understood that concept, and that's one of the things that held Vegeta back. Goku realized that there was a distinct fault in overtraining, in that he didn't. And I don't know if that sunk in until that to the whole capsule thing. And again, even in our space, there's a whole bunch of things that just happen randomly that if they don't happen, make that training far less effective. I don't think Goku perhaps might not have the confidence to go up to a level 100 before he got to the planet if it wasn't for that thunderstorm in space, or that space storm, and how that dire situation really changed his whole thought pattern going forward, as not even just as a warrior, but just his mental processes, how he approached life in general from that point on. And but then, even after the capsule, there's a few more level ups that happen, obviously, and we'll talk about those very soon. But this is about the capsule, and this is about the birth of the greatest fictional man I ever known. Up until then, Goku was just as a martial artist. I mean, the Vegeta thing really kind of opened his eyes, but still, Goku. I don't think Goku was really taking it too serious because he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. He's just like, oh, I gotta go to Planet Namek and help Krillin and my son. Vegeta might be there, so I need to be ready for that. But as far as anything else concerned, eh, Vegeta, there's somebody. I got the info. I got the intel that there's somebody out there stronger than Vegeta. That makes me a little anxious, but I'll just train and it should be okay. Honestly, it ended up being a lot more than that. It always being a lot more than that. Shout out to Dr. Brief. We'll get to Dr. Brief, but obviously ended up being a lot more than just training and being done. Because that was Goku's regiment from the beginning. Oh, okay, I took this L. I'll just train and get it done. Okay, and Goku absorbs defeat just as good as he absorbs wins. And when you see Goku flexing on the Ginyu Force, and when you see him, step off the capsule, you see the accumulation of all that experience and all of it so forged and crafted and put together. We get a brand new Goku that just goes even has rocket power, goes even further from that point. But that's the vehicle of Goku now has this engine that can sustain all these modifications. Up until that point, against before the capsule against Vegeta, Goku's engine, only could rev up so high. It only could take so much. After the capsule, Goku just his engine got completely overhauled, and that's the engine he carries all the way to the Buu Saga, and it only just gets more upgrades and modifications and attachments to it. But it's the engine that he crafted and built in the capsule. So that time in that capsule was just beasts, and it's unreal, and it's arguably the greatest moment in all anime history as far as what a character accomplishes in a short amount of time in one themed segment. It's right up there with Rurouni Kenshin's attack on Mount Shishio. I don't know which one is more impressive, but it's moments like that in anime that really make a character who they are forever. This is when the legendhood was crafted. This is when the legend was born in that capsule. This is when that superior engine that Goku has was torn down and rebuilt to be able to do even more crazy things. But without this time, that engine doesn't get built, and then then it's real bad. So I know I'm gonna have some other things to say about some other events coming up soon, but keep that metaphor in mind that those are all just modifications to the engine that he built in the time cap not the time capsule, the space capsule. And so this is when the 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 martial artist became a superhero, in my opinion. I mean, or at least the beginning stages of the superhero. I think there's another time that we're going to talk about that he actually became the legitimate superhero, but he built the engine. He built the engine of a superhero in this in this uh in this time. Now, something again happens where then he gets a exterior a exterior upgrade, and with that, maybe some other performance parts, but that engine is the same. The engine's the same. So shout out to Goku, and shout out to Vegeta again for giving Goku the motivation to even make that happen. Um, but Goku takes that motivation and turns it into something completely even bigger than motivation. I don't know what that word is, but Goku has it. Goku has it, and this is when Goku becomes the legend. This is the legend part of his name. So. Anyways, I think that's all we have to say. I really don't want to go further on that. Let's get into the AMV and subscribe if you haven't. Um, let me know what else this moment meant to you that I missed out. Is this the greatest moment in anime history? I believe it's up there. I believe it's a top 3. But or if this is not the greatest single moment in anime history, is this one of the single greatest feats in all anime history? Because I know a lot of people have done the numbers, and it's ridiculous. If you really look at it from a physical standpoint, doing what Goku did in the amount of time that he did is ridiculous. It's such a supreme example of who he is going to be going forward and what his heart was to begin with, and just the amount of effort and will, and that's beyond the physical things about doing some shit like that. It's got to be up there as one of the single greatest achievements in all of anime. I mean, Goku not even just completing the capsule training, but then those steps that he makes when the capsule doors come off, and then there's the shadow, and then you see the brand new principal forge Goku, and it's like that's a really big high for me. That's a really big high for me to this day. So let me know, comment, hit me up on Vimeo. Got a lot of good stuff there. Making some Gundam Wing stuff happen as we speak. So keep your eyes open for that. All the Gundam Wing fans. The podcast is doing its thing Fridays, Tuesdays on the podcast, and yeah, we're just trying to make things happen. Let me say this before we get out of here. Mercy, divine mercy, more specifically, is the greatest thing that you could ever experience. No sin that you can commit can ever be greater than the Lord Jesus Christ's mercy. That's really all that needs to be said. Mercy is it. Mercy is it. Mercy is it. But in order to soak yourself in that ocean, you have to be able to, give mercy outwards as well. But once we start figuring that out, man, this world's completely change. And maybe that's not how it's supposed to work out, but that's what heaven's going to be. That's a part of the reason why heaven's going to be so lit, because it's going to be everybody around you is going to be so merciful, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Not even just everybody around you who's going to have a very superior form of mercy, but they're still not going to be compared to anything to Jesus Christ, and going up from there as far as the purity and the potency of the mercy as well. It's just going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. But try it out. Try it out. Go to Jesus for mercy, or start trying to give mercy out to other people, and see how that changes everything around you. Honestly, nothing you've done, nothing you're going to do can overpower the mercy that's available for you. Anyways, team level up. That being the case, let's get right into it. The AMV. I'm really excited about this AMV. So we'll get right into it. Work on your engines and level up. And mercy all day. We'll see you next time on the Road Cheetah Project. Enjoy. Let's try one more time. Cool.
Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. There's no need for us to rush it through. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. There's no need for us to rush it through. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you. Don't think about it.
Done saying I'm done playing. Last time is on the outro. Stuck in the house, need to get out more. I've been stacking up like I'm fundraising. Most people in my position get complacent, wanna come places with star girls and then end up on them front pages. I'm quiet with it, I just ride with it. Moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it. I'm the only one that's putting shots up, and like a potluck, you need to come with it. Don't run from it. Like H-Town in the summertime, I keep it 100. Met a lot of girls in my times there, and word of Paul Wall, not one fronted. I was birthed there in my first year, man, I know that place like I come from it. Backstage at Warehouse and 09 like it's one coming. Fuck that, is anyone coming? Before I show up there and there's no one there. These days I could probably pack it for like 20 nights if I go in there. Back rub for my main thing, I've been stressed out. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like this drop and 1 million copies get pressed out. She tell me take a deep breath, you too worried about being the best out.
Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. There's no need for us to rush it through. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. There's no need for us to rush it through. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you. Oh, don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. And there's no need for us to rush this through. Oh, don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you. Don't feel like you give up and your heart's done, your love's done. Don't give up.